So welcome back to part 2 of the FlexTime video, where we're covering creative ways to use FlexTime in your productions. We're going to continue now with tempo phone mode. And tempo phone is based on a really old school way of stretching out audio using tape machines. This was done way before we had digital processing and fast computers. So tempo phone mode is made to emulate the glitchy artifacts and all the noise that you get when using that old school method. But it can really be used to kind of mangle your audio, like I said before. So let's get into it. Let's go to my third track and take a listen to that one. Now this one, I would like to use yet another one of the modes, and this one is called tempo phone. So what that does is now we're using a different algorithm. If we were to use rhythmic and stretch this all the way out to say 4 bar so that it's halftime again, it would sound like this. Since we're double timing it, you can hear a little bit of artifacts and stuff in there, but tempo phone is a little bit more for creative use, where if you really want to hear the artifacts and have a little bit of glitchiness, a little dirtier, grimier sound once you stretch it out, then that's what this will give you. So now it sounds more like this. Let's kind of take it to the extreme and do another little move over here at the very end, just so you can really hear it. I'll put one flex marker there, and I'll put another flex marker here, and I'm just going to stretch this snare out so it takes up the entire last little half of a note there. And whenever you do that, Logic will kind of warn you that you're giving, you're doing a very extreme stretch there. So now this last little bit sounds like this. So cool. Let's go to our next track. And this track is one of the jingles that I picked from the Apple loops and sounds like this. So what I want to do is I'm going to use polyphonic mode. For anything that is not a loop or something monophonic like a vocal or a bass track, polyphonic is a really good one, and you can stretch stuff out a real long way before you start to hear some different, before you start to hear it, kind of sounding artifacty. So if I was to take this almost 4 bar loop and take it double time, it sounds like this. You can still kind of recognize it. I'm going to turn on the complex switch in the advanced parameters, and I'm going to drag it out way more. Let's bring it all the way out here somewhere. And then listen to it one more time. So now it starts to become a whole different piece, a whole different type of, a whole different sound of music. So in order for us to use some more of this, I'm going to loop. Let me turn off flex for a second, and I will loop all of these guys out to there. So as you can see, Logic is still showing us these different transients of different percussive events in the song. And this is where some of the different notes are changing. So what I want to do is just take some of these and bring them down to where it would make sense for them to happen. I'll pop this one down to bar 5. I'll take this one here and I'll pop this right down to bar 9. And I'll take this one and I'll bring this down to bar 13. And let's just take a listen to that with everything else in the track. So like I said before, it really does start to become a different piece of music. I'm going to turn Flex View off for a second, and I'm just going to snip this at the end of bar 16 so that it's a nice little loop. Great. So next what we'll do, so let's take a listen to our next track where I've got a vocal sample.
Yeah, yeah.
So once again, let's go turn on Flex View, and I'm going to select for this one Templephone. Templephone can be a lot of fun to mess around with vocals. And I'm going to stretch this one way out as well. It's 4 bars right now. Let's say we'll stretch it out to 32 bars, where it would now sound like this. And let's use some of our advanced parameters here. In Templephone, we have grain size. It kind of gives you a little bit more or less of a very granular sound. Let's take it way up and see what that sounds like. And just to make sure that we're staying in pitch with our song, I'm going to put a little bit of a pitch correction on there. And I'll also add a little bit of effect by using Logic's ring shifter, which is a really fun effect for some stuff like this. I'll turn on a little bit of a delay and turn the level way up, and then we could even write in a little bit of audio, a little bit of automation, so it would sound something like this. Next, I want to use this last track to make a little bit of a kind of a rhythmic intro for the whole song. And before we do that, let's just take these simple hats and we'll move them back a couple bars, and we'll take our really slow drums and we'll bring them back so that they start at bar 5. Let's just take a listen to what we have so far. Okay, so I'm going to use another one of the flex modes for this one. This one is called speed. And just like a classic sampler, with speed, the more you compress the time, the higher the pitch goes, and the more you stretch it out, the lower the pitch goes. So if I take this guy and bring it all the way down here, so that it's this high, it's going to sound like this. Or if I take it way out here, it starts to sound like this. So what I like to do is use a combination of the both so that the pitch is kind of going up and down. So what I'll do is grab some of these different hits, and I'll just drag them so that they start at different times. Let's see, let's drag this guy so that it goes all the way down here. And then I'll drag this guy so that it starts kind of halfway through there. And we'll drag this guy over here to bar 3 and just see what that sounds like. Now let's try that one more time. Let's say, let's put this one over there. And, you know, this is where some experimentation comes in. just to come up with something kind of cool. Bring this one over there, see what that sounds like. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer to something. I'll bring this one back to bar 4 and bring this, keep that one right on bar 5. Let's see what that sounds like. So I will just chop this up real quick so that we can listen to the whole thing. I think I'll move this back again. So there you have it. Some really cool ways to use and abuse Flex. Just get used to using all of the different modes that Logic has to offer and see how far your creativity takes you. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you next time.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself. Become a part of our community and make music.